Hi, it's me, Tina, from Ideas and Embellishment, and a few of you have told me that you wanted to learn how to make a little book. And the reason why I made this little one is because I wanted to practice so that I could learn how to make the big one. So, if you want to learn how to make a book, then keep watching. So this is just regular copy paper. This is 15 sheets, and what I am going to do is cut all of them in half with my trimmer. And I'm just going to do a couple of sheets at a time. By the way, I am Tina, and if you're new to my channel, welcome. So this is 11. So I'm gonna cut them in half at 5.5, and I'm just gonna do a couple at a time. Welcome to my channel. And I can just do, and you can cut these with scissors if you want, fold them with scissors or whatever. I probably should have my glasses on because, let me put these on. What? Sometimes you just need glasses. There you go. Ooh. I can see. So, this is pretty straightforward. Okay, so since I had 15, I now have 30. You know, because we cut them in half and everything. So then the next thing that we do is we fold them. And what I'm doing is I'm going to do, when I do a book, I usually do 2 sheets together into a signature. So I'm just going to do these and fold them in half. Just like that. Okay, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to round all the corners. You don't have to do this, but I just like it. And then I'm going to take this and I'm going to make sure that's burnished real good on each of these. And if I scream, it's because Leo's on my shoulder and he bit me. But hopefully he won't bite me. Hopefully. Now that Bobby is gone, he's wanting my attention a little bit more, so anyway. So I'm going to do the rest of these. It looks like some of these aren't exactly perfect, but that's okay because, you know, I guess some of my Now, I'm making these not very big, but you can make your book as many pages as you want. But like I said, the first one, you may want to make a small one just because, you know, to see, kind of get the hang of it, whatever. You know, that's what I'm saying. Just to kind of practice. Oops, gotta do this one. Okay, and lastly. Okay, so now we have this. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to get, oh, looks like, all right, I want to straighten these up. Let me go ahead, because it looks like I didn't get a very good. Let's make this, it was 5.5, I guess. Is that what I'm doing wrong? I don't know. I'm just going to check all of these. It looks like I might have messed up a little bit. Let's see. Yeah, so these, this one, I don't know. Some of you probably know what I did. But I do want the pages to be even. So see how some of them are not even. So I'm going to take it this one. And it looks like this one's okay. This one needs to be trimmed. This one needs to be trimmed. This one's okay. And getting all these to make sure they're okay. All right, all right. This is so weird. All right, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna make sure all of these pages are the same, and I'll be back. Okay, I'm back, and these are now pretty good. Pretty good. All right, so you want to get this as close as you can, and what you need to do is you want it to be as flat as you can, so you just kind of like, you know, make it flat. Make it flat. And then I'm going to take a couple of clips. Okay, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to get me a pencil, and I'm going to measure like maybe ½ an inch from either side. I'm going to do it this way. And then I'm going to take my pencil, I'm going to go like this. And just go here, ½ an inch. I'm just drawing a pencil line like that. In the middle is, let's see, 5.5 to, and I'm going to say this. See, I'm just like this. And then I think I'm going to do ½ an inch right here and right here. I'm just kind of eyeballing it. So how come that's not in the middle? So 3. Like that. Okay? So now that we have this, what we're going to do is each one of these, we're going to open up and poke holes with a pokey tool. I normally, for this little thing, I just use a needle. I have this little pokey tool that I use, but I'm just going to... So you do that on every single one, and you want to try to keep them, I know it's kind of weird, but you want to try to keep them the right sides. I mean, the top to the top and the bottom to the bottom, just because it may be a little off. And so you want to make sure that when you lay it over, because what's going to happen is you want these holes to match up. See? So if you just do it like this and then just turn it over, if that makes sense, you just want to try to keep them. If you don't, you'll probably be able to see it because they'll be a little bit off. So you poke holes in every single one. So I'm going to do that to all of these pieces, and then I'll be back. Now, once you have all of your holes poked, then you're going to get, I like to use embroidery thread just because you don't, just because, and I use about 2 strands of embroidery thread, and I try to, yeah, it's going to get all twisted because... So I'm just going to try you guys probably have a different way of doing this, where it doesn't get all twisted, but, and then I usually just, let me see if I can, over here. Okay, and then I'm going to take my embroidery thread, and what I have is this, but you don't necessarily have to use this if you've never, you know, if you don't do this very often, if you're just trying to, it's basically just wax, and I got it on Amazon. So then I thread my needle, which when you have eyes like mine, it's a challenge, but... Got it. First time. All right. So the very first one is simple. You basically just, you want to go in through the top because you want to leave that tail right there. And then you're just going to weave in and out. Weave all the way in. I think I can probably do it this way. Just weave in. All the way in, all the way down. And then you go back up. Whoops. And then you drop it. You have to drop, no, I'm only kidding. Let's drop it. Drop it like it's hot. Okay, and so we're gonna do this. Just like so. Like that. So the first one is always like that. Okay, so then we want to tighten it. Just be careful because this is paper and you don't want to tear it. I'm just going to tie this in a knot on the end. Right here. Tie it in a little knot. I hope you guys are seeing all of this. I know I am famous for going out of frame on a lot of stuff when I'm concentrating, and I'm so sorry. But, okay, so there. All right, so now we have this like this. Okay, just like this. And we take the second one. Okay, we're going to go in this hole. Whoops, come on now. Of course, it's going to be honorary. In this hole, just like that. Out the next hole. And then I'm going to come under, I don't know if you can see this, but see where this was, this here, I don't know if you can see that. Come under there and go over under the next one where these loops are like that, and then go back into that hole that we came out of. Looks like I made a mess. Oops. Sometimes embroidery thread gets all What in the world? See, and then you have this embroidery thread debacle. Oh, I see what I did. I split the threads. Oh, no, it's not that. It's I have this. That. What in the world? All right, y'all. Oh, I see. I think I see. All right, I have that. Yeah. Might be easier to cut this off and to keep it out of the way. Anyway, so that's, I just got it tangled up in there. All right, so I'm going to go into the next one. Let me try this again, just so you can see. Go into, for some reason, my holes aren't matching up, but that's okay. So I'm coming in through this one. And then I'm going in, going under that thread. And under the next thread, so I'm kind of looping around that thread and then going back in. Like that. I know it's hard to see. So we're going to coming back in. I'm going to do the whole thing because this is the only time you do this part. And then you in here, underneath there, underneath here, kind of looping around and then going back in like that. And again, all the way across. That's why I'm like, a big one is, a little one is a really good practice because it's, and then back in the, underneath this, and then back in that same hole. Like that. And we're doing the next one. For some reason, my holes are not lining up. I don't know why. It happens. And in through that one. In through that one. In through the hole. And then the last one, come in through that one. And then we just come around this way, like that. And we don't go back in this one. See, I think this is the reason why. See, I think these, if you can see, I think I have them backwards. But I'm not going to worry about it. So when I line this one up, I'm going to make sure that these are the right way. I think that one is out of, so I think I'm just going to start doing it this way. So anyway, so once you get to the end this time, all you're going to do is go back in the hole, this hole, come back up the next hole, and then you're going to kind of just put your needle in that knot and then go back down. Yeah, this is, see how it's not lining up? That's what happens when you don't have them together the same way. But I'm just showing you guys, so it's not really a big deal. So you come back up, you take your needle and go underneath that, just that little group of knots, and then go back down. Okay, again, go up, go under that group of knots. Oops, don't. Embroidery floss tends to not, I don't know if you guys noticed that or not, but it does. Just straighten out. Get off my head, Leo. I didn't ask you to land on my head. All right. He just landed right on top of my head. So we come up here, we go through I mean, it's like a little set of knots, a little, and just go back over, just go put your needle through that, trying not to get everything all knotted up because it's like this. Here. That's how I get it. There. And then go back down. And go up. You can always trim the edges if you didn't like me and have them all weird, but that's okay. So we're gonna go through like that again and go back down through. Okay, and then again up. Go back around like this. And the knots again. Actually, that's this thing. All right, so then we get to the end of this. So what are we going to do? We're going to grab another one. And we're going to go in like that. This is irritating me. This. Like that. Then come up the next one. And go through those knots again. Just don't even worry about what they look like on the ends like that. And then go back down through. And you do that to the whole, all of the signatures. And this takes a while. So a lot of times what I'll do is I'll do this while I'm watching television. So basically, you know, you just find where that knot is. And now I've just like lost my needle. That's okay. Like that. I'm gonna finish this one. I can cut this off. I'm gonna cut this off because it's getting on my nerves. Awkward. Embroidery floss is not, you know, I mean, it's easy. It's nice because it's nice and soft, I think. But it irritates me because it knots up so easily. It's probably the way I'm holding it, or the way I'm working with it, but it irritates me. Yeah, I probably should have waited until I trimmed everything up, and although it doesn't really matter to me, I'm not a perfectionist when it comes to that kind of thing. That's Leo. Hey, baby. And then at the end, you just do the knot thing. Or just underneath one of these things. And then you go back into the next one. Like that. And then you just continue on. All the way until you have every single signature sewn together like this. And when you get to the end of your thread, all you do is tie a knot and keep going. And I made this, you know, I'm really off camera over here. I'm sorry, I'm concentrating. It's basically the same thing. I'm just going in. I'm just coming in like this. Going under these and going back in. Going in. And this. Going back in. Okay, I think what I'm going to do, because I'm getting close to running out, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to pull this underneath here just to show you what I do. And then I'm going to get a new piece of thread. I'm not going to bother to wax it. I'm just going to get a new piece. Okay, now let me. I'm just trying to, I'm going to off to the side. There. Okay, and then I'm going to get this. Maybe it won't knot up since I've got, if I don't wax it, maybe. I don't know. All right, so then I'm going to take this and I'm going to go back down. I'm going to go down here like this. I'm going to come up the next one. And then I'm going to pull this through like that, like I normally would. I'm going to lay this down, and I'm going to take these two. I'm going to take these two pieces of thread, and I'm going to tie them together in a square knot. So this is awkward, but with my arthritic fingers, it can be done. What have I done here? All right, let me do this. I am going to take, this might be easier if I take my clip. Let's see what we got here. I have this and this. All right, move to the left. Right. Just until it doesn't give anymore. Here. There. Okay. And then we're back in business. I'll just go back through. Here, down here, and go back in business. There, see? Easy peasy. So what you're getting, I don't know if you can see, is these little ridges of thread. So I'm going to finish these and I'll be back. Okay, I'm back. I had to look at something. So I made my covers, like I said, like this. So when you look at the back, they're going to be this much, okay? And one of the things I like to do when I'm doing the covers like this, because, like I said, this is a simple book. So I'm going to take my scorched timber and I'm going to make this, I'm printing stuff. And I am going to do this to the insides. So, I mean to the sides. Just on 3 sides. I don't need all but the 3 sides. So. Okay, so I have my 2 covers, and then I went ahead and printed these out from a kit. I want this to be the cover, so I'm going to trim. I thought it was going to be close enough, but it looks like I overshot, but that's okay. We can do this. It's fine. I think I did it right. Haunted house. You know, hey, why not? Right? Why not? So this is the front and this is the back. So I'm going to go ahead and get some of this because I want my edges to be good. I'll use tape. You can, of course, can just glue the edges as close as you can. First, get this off of here. And since it's I'm going to see if I can kind of, this looks kind of like I think I'll do it this way. It's hard to see. I want it to be close, I think. It's pretty good. I'm gonna get my thingy here. Oh gee, that's a sharp X-Acto knife, isn't it? Let's trim up the edges. Trimming the edges. Oops. Be careful with the exact. Why, Tina? I am not very good. That's just like I actually sliced my finger open. Be careful. Okay, so I have that. We'll go ahead and do the other side too. Actually, what I want to do, I'm just prepping these. Let me get something really quick. Because I want my corner to be rounded, I'm going to use this and round 2 corners like that. like that for that side. Then I'm going to take this, go around the edge. Make sure all those corners are done. Like that. Then I'm going to do the exact same thing to the other side, which would be, so this way. Yes. He's creepy, huh? Creepy! I wonder if I can see, y'all can see me. Look, I got my hair in there. Oops. Such is the life of a frizzy-haired woman. So I think this time I'm going to do it this way. I think I did a better job with that one. Okay, so it's these two sides now that are going to be cut, because it's going to go like this. So these two sides that I'm going to cut. Okay, so now I'm going to do the same thing, put this up with this, making sure I get all the way on the edges. Now, if you want to, I think this one, I don't know if I put Mod Podge on it or not. I know I did one thing, though. I did do one thing that I didn't do on these. I took this and I went around the edges like this, sandpaper. Like that. And of course, then it makes it a little smoother around the edges. Do you know what I mean? It's not quite so harsh. That looks kind of cool. We'll do the same thing. This one, it just cuts down the edge a little bit. I'm not sure if I put Mod Podge on that, but you can, like a coat of some kind of medium, gel medium or something to make it more, you know, cool and cool-like, like that. So I think I might do that with just some regular gel medium that really, I think it would make it look cool. So I think I'm going to do that really quick. And I'm going to use this Liquitex matte gel. And then I'm going to get these. And what I need to do, these are, I printed out 2 more. Hopefully they were right. It kind of looks like they will be. So that's a good thing. I'm going to cut these out. Both of them. So what I'm going to do with this, we'll fold these in like this. And hopefully they will fit here. So I'm going to, I see how this works. I'm going to have to cut these down. So about like that. To 5.5, and we'll do the same thing with this one. I think what I'm gonna do with this one though is cut a little bit off the top and a little bit off the bottom so that it will be easier. And then I'm going to this. Okay, so I'm going to take our text block, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to use, again, against my better judgment probably, but Fabri-Tac. I'm going to go around the edges. And I need a piece of something that's going to, I'm going to use this. Because I don't want it to. Probably could have used tape around the edge. This in here and lay it right on top of that, like that. Like that. I'm gonna go to the other side. Now remember, this is right side up, so we need to do this, and we need to have this right side up. So we do it that way. I'm gonna get another piece of paper. Let me just use this sign. If you were doing this correctly, you'd be using PVA. But I'm being lazy. Okay, let that dry. I'm going to fix my covers and I'll be back. I'm back and I fixed the covers and they actually came out better, so I'm happy with them. So now I have this, and I am going to go ahead and tell you what it measures. It's a piece of fabric, just green. I don't have any black. If I had black, I would have used black. I don't have black. Black would have been cooler, or even orange or whatever. I don't have it. So this is about 1 3/4 by about 6 3/4. And I'm going to take this and I'm going to lay this in the middle of this, like this. I want it to be as straight as I can. I'm going to go ahead and fold this down so that it's like that. See, I'm just folding it down on both sides. This is a really simple way. Y'all, this may not be the way to do it, but it's just, honestly, who knows? And my phone may die. It's been acting like it wants to die. It's running out of batteries. Okay, so now I'm going to take my little thingy that I always use, and I'm going to put it on one side, and this will be the front and this will be the back. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and make this. I would normally use PVA, y'all. Would be easier, I think. I want it to be even with my spine. Make sure it's not there. Do the same thing on this side. Like that. Maybe turn it over and do that way. So we have this. So like I said, it would be better if it was black, but I don't have black, so there you go. It is what it is. Now, what I want to do on this side is maybe do another piece of some sort of fabric. I think I might, let's see, I think this would be good. A piece of this sari silk. I'm just going to put it down in here just to kind of give it a little bit of, you know, whatever. So, oh, and I didn't tell you, I went ahead and used black magic marker to do the inside of this. So anyway, this is what happens. I'm just going to put this in here. You're not going to see it. I just want a little bit of extra something, so. Okay, the moment of truth. We take our text block, and I've got my end papers. Make sure the end papers are on there right. Oh, look. What have I done, y'all? Oh! I think I know what I did. This needs to be, I need to take this apart. Because this is a 1/2 inch, actually. So these would have been a 1/2 inch, not a 1/2 inch, but a 1/4 inch. So instead of doing that, let me have a piece of something that is a 1/4 inch. I think this is a 1/2 inch. Let me get a 1/4 inch. Let's do this. Okay, so we need to do this a little different. So I need to do this. And then a 1/4 inch, which is not going to leave a whole lot of room. I probably needed a bigger piece of fabric. I think that might still work. Let's see. Do it again. Because remember, I made this like a 1/4 inch, so like that. And now I need to put, actually, I don't even know that I need to do that. There might be here like this. Yes. So now it fits. And what we do here is we go down this way. I didn't put the, I probably should. You know what, I'm gonna do that. Let's get a piece of fabric to make sure this is all, this doesn't really look like it's in the middle, but let's put a piece of fabric in there. Oh, what should we do? What should we do? How about this? Let's just do this. I think it will help to keep everything all together. I'm still recording. Just to have it like this. I'm going to go ahead and make sure this is done here. That was clear as mud, wasn't it? Okay, so so now we take the text block and we put it in here like this. And we close it up like this, checking to make sure everything is cool, like that, okay? Then we open this up, and then we will take this, we'll go along the edge. That's probably a really good idea. put something in between, like a piece of plastic or something, I usually like to use these photo things because they're like covered in plastic. Whoops, I just messed up. All right, Tina. This is not good. All right, let me try this again. Anyway, if I do it this way. All right, that worked anyway. So I'm gonna go ahead. That came, it's not right because I'm gonna play with it a little bit. It's not really how you're supposed to do this, but I'm doing it this way anyway because I want it to be right. Okay, this is the way I'm doing it. There. And go to the other side, do the same thing. Like I said, you would be normally using PVA glue. So you wouldn't have all of this drama. And then what this is going to do is make these nice little divots right here. That's a little short. Okay, we're going to get rid of that. And then this is on the back too. Make sure this is cool. Whoops. There. You can. Okay. All right. So one of the things I like to do is take one of these and put it right here. These are just dowel rods from the Dollar Tree for skewers. And then you can take this like this and you can get, not these, but the big clamps like this. Actually, not these, actually, either. I have these clamps. And then I can keep those like that and let them sit, and then it will be like, it'll dry like that and give it overnight. So anyway, whew, I don't know. I'll put the original, it's a little more complicated because she has a lot of different cool equipment and stuff that I don't have. But I will go ahead, I'm going to put this in here. That. And you know what I ought to do is cut this in half. Anyway, I digress. So there's a little book. It's about the same. It's exactly the same as that one. Hopefully you enjoyed this, and hopefully you will try and to make it. And I really appreciate you guys watching. And until next time, I'll see you later. Bye.